Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a follow-up video on my little Pokemon tutorial. Uh, how to make trainers recognize a player and make them walk towards the player and start a battle. So I have two maps created for very good reason. We are going to create something we can just copy and paste into other maps. This will be our sort of clipboard for common events. I would actually use common events, but it would require way more pre-planning. Like my old system, I completely revamped the system so it's more modular, more scalable, no more creating dummy variables or anything like that. So, first, we are going to want to create a trainer variable. Before we go any further, forewarning, this is a long one. There's just no way I can manually type everything in at a speed that would make this shorter. That's just how it works. Anyway, so, trainer. I would recommend using the note area for any trainer names, because you want the event name, actual name, to be trainer. And where that X is, you're going to want to put the number corresponding with how you placed them on the map. So if this is the first trainer you put on the map, you're going to want to replace that X with 1. This is just our template though. Something we can copy and paste so we're not writing tons and tons of code. We're going to make our trainer this guy here. Again, this is a template. You can do whatever you want. You're just going to change it when you put it on the map as well. Okay. So we're going to want to create some variables first. I've been experimenting a lot with this. So I actually already created all my variables. You're going to want a player X variable. You're going to want a player Y variable. Trainer 1X, trainer 1Y. You'll create a trainer X and trainer Y variable for each unique trainer on the map. So if you create a second trainer, it'd be T2X and T2Y. We got a battle check variable. This is so that the game will check to, after a condition is met, it's going to turn this on to a certain number, and then another event will check to make sure the battle can start. A battle start variable. This is going to tell the game which trainer can battle. If trainer 1 can battle, we'll set this to trainer 1. If trainer 2 can battle, we can set it to 2. And a distance calculator to check the distance between the trainer and the player. Okay, so let's cancel out of that. So, on the first page of trainer X, you're going to want it to be action button. Then over here, you're going to want to set movement route. This event, you're going to want it to turn towards player. So, no matter if this is just a fixed trainer, like most trainers are, then if the player talks to them from another side, the battle will still start once we get the rest of the system in place. New event page. We're going to want this one to be controlled by a variable. We're going to want to set the trainer look the same. But since we don't have the variable set up quite yet, though I should still put it in there. Battle start is greater than or equal to 1. In fact, it's always going to be greater than or equal to 1 on page 2. We're going to get a conditional branch. We're going to check battle start. we're going to check that it's equal to a number. We're just going to leave it blank for now since this is a template. If this was the first trainer on the map, we'd set that to 1. If it was the second, we'd set that to 2, whatever. We're going to control self switch A. Okay. New event page. Set the graphic. Self switch A on. We're going to play a sound effect. I personally like decision 2. I believe it is. Nope. Decision 1. There we go. That's my personal preference. You can set this to whatever you want. This is to inform the player you've been spotted, you've met all the conditions, I'm going to battle you now. So, we're going to want to create a conditional branch. We're going to see that this event is facing down. In that case, we are going to set the movement route of the player. We're going to turn up. So, I saw you, face me, let's battle. We're going to copy this 3 times. Edit. Facing left. Facing right. Facing up. Okay. So, they're facing down, we want they're facing left, we want the character to turn right. Okay. Oop. They're facing right, we want the player to turn left. They're facing up, we want the player to face down. Okay. So, now, we've checked that the battle, sort of, this is a dummy, can start. We set the self switch. That means this event knows, yes, we can battle. So we play a sound effect, we check which way the event is facing, we make the player face the event. This page is actually auto run. And this page is parallel process, before I forget. Here, we're going to want to set the speed to normal, frequency to highest. This is so if this character has to travel, we don't want them to take forever traveling to the player. Okay. So, everything's been set. We want to create a loop. We want to set movement route of this event. We want them to move towards player. There we go. We want them to skip if they can no longer move to make sure they don't get stuck. Okay. We want to control a variable. We want distance calculator that we created. Subtract 1. Okay, he's going to move towards the player. He's going to subtract 1 each movement. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Conditional branch, variable, distance calculator. We want to set it to less than or equal to 0. This is to prevent a bug, so that way if it somehow gets into the negative number, they're not just going to keep walking. They will stop once they hit 0 or less. Okay. Then once they hit 0 or less on their move, we're going to break the loop. Show text. This will be the battle start message, what they say before they begin the battle. This is where your battle script will go. Then we are going to control self switch B. On, new event page, self switch B, set our graphic, show text, because they were defeated. Okay. So, they were defeated. This is now one complete event. It has everything needed to start a battle. Sort of. We want to make sure... Yeah. We'll change stuff once we need to. Okay, so we have our trainer. Now clearly we're not done. So we want trainer x_dir check. We'll replace the x with the number when we copy it over. Direction check. We want it to run in parallel process. We want the field switch to be on for debugging purposes. Well, not debugging, because we don't want conflict. I'll show that when we actually paste all this over. So we want a conditional branch. We want to check that trainer x is down. We want to control a variable. We are just going to use the trainer 1x. Make sure make sure you change this to the proper one. So when a character is facing down or up, you want to make sure the x of the player and the trainer it's checking against are the same. They then... Nope, I did not want to control the variable. I wanted a conditional branch. Player x is equal to trainer x. Okay, there we go. Now, we want to control a variable. We want to control battle check to whatever number the trainer is. We'll leave this at 0. We're going to copy. We're going to paste. We're going to edit. We're going to make sure they're up. Up, and since they're facing up, we can leave the player x and the trainer x the same. Going to copy again. Facing left. Now, if a trainer is facing left or right, we need to make sure the y's coordinates are the same. Okay, so up and down, make sure the player and trainer x coordinates are the same. Facing left or right, we want the y coordinates to be the same. Edit. Right. Okay, this variable is done. Or not this variable, this event is done in its entirety. That's all. Apply. Okay. So, this next one, we want trainer x control. We are going to want to make sure the... nope, cancel. This actually is unnecessary. I recently learned that. But we are going to want to make it a parallel process as well. We want to create a conditional branch. That variable, battle check, is equal to 1. Conditional branch. We want to check that trainer is down. This will change depending on what map you're on to whatever the first event is. Just make sure to change this. I'll show you when we get to it. Anyways, so we want to make sure they're facing down. Now, didn't we do this in our past event? Yes, but we just want to double check. Just double check to make sure nothing goes wrong. That means, cancel. We want to check that player X is equal to trainer X again. And then we want another conditional branch. Now, when a trainer is facing down, you want to make sure the player Y is greater than the trainer Y. That's if they're facing down. So we have a trainer, say, right here, players right here. Player's going to have a higher number. We always want the higher number to be checked against. I'm sorry if that don't make any sense. So we're going to make sure that the player Y is greater than the trainer Y. Now we want distance calculator to be set to the player Y. We want the higher number to be the distance calculator. Now we want to take the distance calculator, now that it has the higher number, and we want to subtract the player or the trainer Y. Oops, not, yeah, I got it. Okay, so we got player Y, we're going to subtract it from trainer Y. We got distance calculator set to player Y. We're going to subtract trainer Y from the distance calculator. We're going to create a conditional branch variable battle start. Or no, we're going to want to check the distance calculator. We want it to set to equal or less than whatever number. We're just going to leave this 0 because this is a template. Once that is done, we are going to control the variable. We're going to control battle start. We're going to set it to whatever the trainer is. Since this is a template, then it's going to be set to 0. Okay. We are now going to copy this code. We are going to paste it. We are now going to set it to up. This part can remain the same, player X plus trainer X, because they're facing up and down. We want to change this. We want to reverse it. We want to change this. We want the trainer Y to be subtracted from the player Y. The reason I use a distance calculator variable instead of just subtracting trainer Y from player Y directly is because people move. Events will move, stuff like that. So we want to store that variable in a safe place so that way nothing messes up. And then that's it. We're going to copy again. Edit. This time we're going to check if they're facing left. Now we need to edit it so that we want to make sure the player Y is equal to the trainer Y. Left and right, you want to make sure that their Y coordinates are matching. Edit. Let's see if they're facing left. we're going to want the trainer X to be greater than the player X, because the trainer is going to have a higher number when facing left. Edit. We change this to trainer 1x, okay, versus player x, okay. Check the distance. Distance is good. Start. Paste one last time. Right this time. So that can remain the same. Edit. We want this to be reversed. We want to change this to the player X because they're facing right now. Edit. Trainer X. There we go. This event is now done. Apply. So, at the bare bones, this will now sort of work. I just got to change whatever numbers I need around. Okay. So, map 2. Let's set our player starting position, because I deleted everything in preparation for this video. Well, almost everything. So, now, this is our play map. First things first, we want to create a parallel process called storage. Apply. I'm purposefully making this event first because I want to show you guys something. So we copy over our trainer. We copy over his 2 controllers. Control C, Control V are the shortcuts, in case you're wondering why I'm doing that so fast without using my mouse. Anyways, so let's get back to this storage. We want to control the variable. We want to make sure that the player X, the player Y, are stored. We also want to make sure that we got trainer 1x and that trainer 1y are stored. Oops. We then want to turn our field switch on so that way there's no conflicts. Let's rename our trainer to trainer 1. Alright, now here's what I'm talking about. Because in the previous map, the trainer was the first thing created, it showed trainer, but since this map, the event ID 001 is storage, it's showing storage. We just quickly reset this to trainer 1. Apply. That event is successfully copied over. Let's make sure that we got this all right. Ooh, I did. Well, actually, not too important right now. not for this particular event. Okay. So now we got to reset this one. Ooh, cancel. That's all right. Edit. Trainer 1. Edit. Trainer 1. Edit. Trainer 1. And that's it. Apply. OK. Everything here is good. So, what did we just do? We created a template. And now we copied that template into another map. We changed some stuff around. Now it should just work. But it doesn't. I forgot to do one important thing. Let's say I did that on purpose. Okay. Okay. What did I forget to do? I forgot to set the distance calculator. So, edit. I want him to be able to go look at least 4 ahead. Yeah, I knew exactly what mistake I made when I first saw it. Okay, now it will work. Why aren't you working? Field on, parallel process, so you're clearly getting that. Parallel process. Battle check equals 1. Oh, did I forget? Yes. I forgot to set these. Always make sure to set your variables after you copy and paste. Apply. Okay. That does mean I need to edit this to 1. Okay. And here I thought I could just copy and paste that over. Okay. Now, let's check. This has been a lesson in making sure you set everything right. There we go. He will now initiate a battle, even if I talk to him. No? Why didn't he do it on the right? This is why double checking is always important. Facing left, down, right. Okay. So it must be here. Up, left, right. T1Y, T1X. That should be work. Player Y. The problem's in here. I know it is. I just need to figure out where I went wrong. Player X minus trainer X. Ooh, did I mess up on the distances? Let's see. Yes, this is where I messed up. If they're facing left, they need to be higher. Okay. Debugging. You're gonna love it. Okay. Luckily, with a system this small, it's very easy to debug. So, in this tutorial, let me check my time. 31 minutes again. Wow. And here I thought I managed to reduce it. So, this tutorial, we created a trainer that stands still and will go towards the player when seen. I'm going to create one more tutorial that builds off of this one, and hopefully it'll be shorter, where we'll make the trainer spin and go towards the player. And we'll also set up a patrol route for another trainer. I was hoping to get this to the spin one this time. It's not that long, but it's another 5 minutes to set up. So we'll do that next time. So hopefully with this, you'll understand how to, at least on a basic level. Next time, we'll add more trainers. And, well, that is it, I believe. I will see you guys in the next tutorial.